Hi, my name is Jerzy Kosinski, and I'll be your host today here in Q&A. For the people who do not know me, I am a very popular writer from Europe. I came to the United States when I was in my 20s in the 1960s, and here I just kept writing novels one by one, kept going. Today I will be answering some questions from the fans. My first question is from Dan from Sacramento, California. And it says, Mr. Jerzy Kosinski, what inspired you to write your famous book, The Painted Bird? Well, Dan, growing up during the Second World War in Europe was a very difficult time. I was a young Jewish boy from Poland. My experience during the war gave me the idea for this book. Not only my youth experience, but I also noticed that many people enjoyed reading books from a child's perspective, and that gave me a big help on making this book so good. My childhood was not the best. It was not the way a child should live their childhood. My next question is from John from Oklahoma City. His question reads, why did you change your birth name? As you all know, I did change my birth name. Jerzy Kosinski is not my birth name. Well, it was not that I wanted to change it or anything like that. My family lived in central Poland during Nazi occupation, and I lived there with a false identity. Jerzy Kosinski was given to me by my father. We survived the Holocaust thanks to local villagers who offered assistance to Jewish Poles. Next question comes from Samuel from Annapolis, Maryland. It says, Mr. Jerzy Kosinski, what are some of your interests? Well, Samuel, I love to practice photographic arts. I have some of my works in Warshaw's Crooked Circle Gallery and in the Andres Zare Gallery in New York. I also watch surgeries being performed and read to terminally ill patients. Yeah, very exciting life that I have. My next one comes from Amy. Amy is from Brooklyn, New York. Okay. And then her question says, how was your experience as an actor? Yes, I was an actor for a couple movies. Even though being an actor was not a big thing I had a lot of fun. I played the role of Bolshevik revolutionary and Politburo member Gregory Zinovich in Reeds. I also appeared in night shows in the 70s, It was a very fun experience. Okay. Next question is from Sarah from Boston, Massachusetts. It says, how, if in any way, did your experiences during World War II affect your life? Well, it obviously did affect my life. My horrific experiences as a Jew in World War II caused me to be mute for most of my childhood. They're not very they're not memories that I really want to look back into. But, I'm very thankful that I made it alive. Millions of people died from that war, and there's times where I ask myself, why did I not die? Why couldn't I die and have someone else live? You know, but yes. Later on, after the war, in the 60s, I came to the U.S., and here's where I found my beautiful wife, Mary Hayward Weird. My next question comes from Tommy. He's from Foxborough, Massachusetts. And he has the last question for today. And it says, what is all this talk about being an enemy to Eastern Europe when you got your book, The Painted Bird, published? I have been looking forward to that question, Tommy. The Painted Bird caused so much hate on me personally. This novel is about the personal experiences of a boy of unknown religion and an ethnic background. He goes around areas of Eastern Europe, which I never put the names of these areas in the book to avoid getting myself into these kinds of problems. But apparently, I still did get myself into trouble. When my book was published in the United States, and the communist Polish government got a hold of my book, they were not so happy about it. In the book, people are cruel and brutal, and the names that I use to them seem to be Polish names. It was not my intention to use names of people during the time of the war. It was just a coincidence. I'd like to thank you all for watching, and I wish that I could come back into the show next week. Thank you.